seen you. I'm curious about something. Did
Yeah.
I see you in the audience at Departure this year?
No, no, you
You
definitely did
were
not.
not in Toronto.
No, I wish I was.
There's a dude that looked exactly like you. I was hosting and I saw somebody who had a leather jacket on, and
Okay.
I swear it was you. And I was actually going to say it on the microphone, but I was like, no, 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 don't do that. But by the time everything cleared up and I wanted to go say something to the guy that was there, you got a twin running around, man.
Oh man, that's I don't know. Was he handsome?
I had to be. Had to
Okay.
be. It's probably one of the big reasons why I noticed. How are you doing and how's the family, man?
Oh, family's great. Thanks for asking. We're ragged, real life. Real life is family life. We have a 3 and a 5-year-old now, so they've just started full-time daycare. The other one just started kindergarten. I mean, we just moved to Saskatoon last December, so we're still kind of figuring out life, but it's great. And we're happy. My studio's built, and I've never been busier than I am right now. So that those are all good things.
Wait, wait, when did you move there?
Last December.
How
So
the hell are you handling the cold there? I'm sorry, man, but Saskatoon cold is a whole different world than it is for me, like in Toronto here in Ontario.
oh yeah, no, for sure. For Toronto, yes. But I was a Northern Ontario kid. I was born a few hours north of Toronto, right? Like I grew up in minus disgusting and with a whole lot of snow on my back. So I did not mind the winter at all. Um, and then you got nice reasons to stay indoors. I got a beautiful wife. I got a beautiful
Yes.
family. Yeah, just light a fire and have a good time.
It better be a big fire. That's all I gotta say. Better be a big fire.
Yeah.
Speaking of fire, new
Yes.
album coming out here, man, as we speak. And not only that, tour. Am I
Yeah.
correct on that too?
You
Let's
are
talk
correct
about the
as
tour
well. Yeah.
first.
Sure. Well, tour is it's all locked and loaded. It's happening for March, April, May of next year, including Massey Hall, the NAC, and a bunch of the venues that I love in this country. And then there's a little bit of touring coming up this fall, but I've focused on the record coming out right now, and then all guns will be firing for the headline tour next year.
Let's go back to that then. Let's talk about it. As I like to make official, what is the name of the new LP and how does it represent? I love this part. How does it represent you in this point in your life? Because there could have been a point in time, man, where we would not be doing any more interviews.
This is very true. Yeah, as I've mentioned in some other interviews, but yeah, I was on stage at Massey Hall the last time I was headlining, and the place was packed, and the band had never sounded better, and I should have been incredibly happy. And I remember feeling kind of lonely and kind of like, I don't know, is this really doing it for me anymore? Like, is this doing the thing? Because those are the things you always want as an artist, especially as a Canadian artist. You want to headline Massey, and you want to have Junos, and you want to hear your songs on the radio and TV and film and all these things. And but once you've been doing it for a while, and other things happen, like I got married and we had kids, and it's like I hate being away from them. Touring has completely changed. They're the first thing I think about when I wake up, and the last thing I think about when I fall asleep. That's my family. So I just remember thinking that on stage, and then I walked off thinking, I wonder what I'm going to do. I'll just focus on my family, and we'll focus on our house. We were renovating it and stuff. I'm not going to make any music, not going to tour for a while, just going to focus on that. And, what always happens, you're lying in bed and something starts, some spark happens, something like some idea for a lyric or some idea for a song. And then you sit at the piano in the morning with your coffee and you're like, oh, this is something. What is this? And then I'd go to my studio and the boys would go to sleep, and I'll put this little demo down. I mean, I don't think I'm doing anything. I'm done music, but I like the song, so I'm gonna make this song. And then that just kept happening, and I couldn't shut it off. Like once it started, the floodgates opened, and this whole record came out, and I was like, screw the industry. I'm not showing this to anyone. I'm not asking opinions. I'm not bringing in musicians and producers. I'm going to make this for me, like when I was a kid and I just loved music, and then the spark was back. I loved it. I had so much fun making this record. I don't remember having this amount of fun since the very first record I ever made. Like it was just, I couldn't wait for the boys to fall asleep. I was like, oh my God, I gotta try this thing. I gotta try this idea. I gotta do this. I gotta sing this part. And then next thing I knew, I had this record all done.
In the name of the record, and um, is what I saw is that picture you?
Yeah. Yeah. There's a picture of me in the cover when I was like 4 years old, which is when I started playing piano. And some people may or may not know, but my first name is John. My middle name
Yeah.
is Royal. Yeah. I was born John. And my great grandfather, his name is Royal. His name is Royal Wood, in fact. My parents named me after him. And when I started making music, I didn't feel like that little scared kid anymore. I felt like I'd become myself, and I started using my middle name and did that for 20 years. But when I was making this record, I was just thinking about that little kid. Like, it's like, what would he want to hear? Like, what does he want to listen to on the radio? Like, forget what's on the radio, forget what the hits sound like, forget what the team is saying you got to do on the next one. Like, what do you want to hear? And I just kept making it for him. So,
And the name of it is
Dear John is the
Dear
record.
John. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing that I love about this.
Yeah.
This album is almost the opposite of, say, a couple of albums that you made in the past. And
Mm.
when I say that, I'm saying this is probably the happiest album that you've made for yourself.
This is by far, I've never made a record this happy. Which I think is part and parcel because I was happy making it, and I wasn't going through some terrible moment that had to be processed. I think, I've gone through things. I've had divorce, and my father passed away, and at home, with me, holding him, kind of thing. Like, I've had some dark moments in my life. And that's always found its way into music. But I'm at a point now where, like, I like myself, and I love my life, and I love my wife. I love the boys. Like, you know, I I'm grateful. Like, and I got to do all the things I wanted to do in my career. I'm just happy now. I'm happy with the family. I am as flawed as anyone, and I have my
Yes.
moments of unhappiness and all the things, especially right now in this world. Good Lord. Half my friends live in the United States of America, and I'm just like, oh, I don't feel
Mm.
good. That part, that's all real. But the me that is me is comfortable in the skin. So it's
What what advice can you give anybody going through what you've gone through? Meaning, of course, um, when you're in those dark times and people, you just think that it's just going to continue that way.
yeah.
You went from tough times to what's going on now. How do we help people who are going through those tough times and getting through that to know that they can reach this point in their lives?
Well, I think, in the words of Alan Watts, one of my favorite philosophers, I think once I learned to stop pushing against the river and to just go with it, I got a lot happier. You can't fight what is. You can't fight what is happening in the world. You can't fight the feeling that you have. You can't just make sadness go away. You don't fight it. You just allow it, and you allow, knowing that, like, they're just clouds. Like, we, in essence, we are just a blue sky. The things that come into our life are the rainstorms and clouds and everything. It's always just, it's going to come through. It's always going to come through. There's always going to be a better moment. There's always going to be a better time. And most importantly, this is it. Like, this moment, this present moment, is the only moment that ever matters, ever, ever. And I like, each day I like remind myself that, because when you start focusing on past, you're full of regret. And when you focus, or sadness that you've missed something, or something's gone now, and if you just focus on the future, well, then you're just full of anxiety, because you're just like, what if this doesn't happen? What if this doesn't work out? What if I don't get to do this? What if I never see this person again? What if? If you, sorry, shut that sound off. If you focus on the present and actually get to feel this moment right now, it is so precious and so fleeting and so amazing and so wonderful. And when I do that, everything just kind of goes away. It just does,
I love it,
inevitably.
man. I'm so
Yeah.
happy for you. Again, when is the tours tour or tours happening? When they
Yeah, I
start?
mean, there's an Alberta tour happening this November,
Okay.
just November into December. That's all on the website, royalwood.ca. But the big tour itself, literally is just getting, I was reviewing contracts today. So that'll be March, April, May. And it will include Massey Hall. So I'll be back there.
I love it, my friend. Thank you so much. I'm going to get to that Massey Hall show. Always big love and congrats with everything that you're doing, man.
Oh, thank you.